2 qualifying passes you get to make. So the first one, just so everybody's watching, is going to go, hey, the car brake. I'm going to take off first gear, grab second gear, then shut it off. I'm not going to run it out. Just so it gives me data log on setting up the car, the first gear, setting up the clutch management, launch RPM. I don't really have tire pressure. I just run it at 13 PSI because that's a lucky number. But I run at 13 PSI all the time. And then clutch management's going to do its thing. I'm mostly concerned about how the car comes out of the hole, and then I'm just going to look at AFRs in those 2 gears. That way, if there's any issues, the car's not really under a real big load at that point. It's going to show first gear boost. It's going to show second gear boost. First gear I should be launching on about 15 to 17. I'm not really sure where I think I decided on 15 PSI on first gear. And then second gear on, it should go to about 20. We'll see. Okay, so I was going to do the first and second gear. Did the burnout, everything is fine. Go up after the other gentleman broke. A little delay, but that's okay. Went up stage, took off, and the thing went right in. They flamed up on the wheel. You'll probably see in the video. Yeah. I did clutch management. We did a test, and I went too far one direction. And then I went too far the other direction, and I thought this was in the middle, but it's obviously too close to this one. Yeah. So I'm going to take a little further away this time, delay it. If it would have went straight, I would have stayed in it, but it pulled over towards the line, and I got out of it. Then I went to go stab it again. I wanted to see what it does in second gear. The throttle cable snapped out.
Again?
Yep, there you go. Hey, there it is, right there. Look. Yep. Yeah, it came out again. Son of a biscuit. All right, we got to fix that. Got to solve that problem. So this is the log for the video. I think he edited it in there. You'll probably see it. And I took it up to, it looks like 8,500 in first gear. It was building 19.3 pounds of boost. Here's the part you see. TPS. Look at 90%, 82%, and then 0. Wait, why did it go to 0? He's going to have to edit in there a picture of the throttle cable, or if you saw the throttle cable. So the cable pulled out again. Yeah, we're going to be investing in the cable technology here, and it basically fell off. Okay, so let's look at AFRs and all that type of stuff. AFR target, 10 something. Oh, wait, why did we go so lean? Whoa, there's a red flag there. Okay, we are lean. So we gotta go check that exhaust pipe.
Yeah.
It went lean, big time. Why did it go so lean? Duty cycle. It did everything good. It pulled left again, so we got to adjust those wheeling bars again. So, AFRs are bitching. It basically hovered between a 10.6 I see here, looks like, up to I'm only looking on boost, so here's 11 pounds. They went to a spike of 19, or not a spike, but a total of 19.5 PSI at 7,700. Looks like first gear, it only went to 17.8. And then AFRs are bitching, and target was 10 10.7 and it went 10.7. It just hovered around it. And 100% throttle. Everything's working. I gotta figure out, it smoked on the top end a little bit, a little oil there, but on the exhaust, I'm wondering if because I decelled, I wonder if I sucked in some oil. Because it went really high vacuum.
Turned a lot to the left.
Yeah, then I had to get out of it completely, and then went to go grab second. Second wasn't there. And then I grabbed second, and then I was like, okay, I just want to run it out. I want to know what kind of boost it builds.
Yeah. You said you think it hurt itself?
No, I don't think that. I think it's, I think because of high vacuum, possibly.
Yeah.
I got 20 inches of vacuum here on D-cell. But when you look at a 19.2, the negative sign is going to be your vacuum. Just a lot of vacuum, which will pull. I'm not running a carbon seal or nothing like that in it. When you generate that kind of vacuum in this thing, it can sometimes suck in oil. All right, so this was unfortunately it was a not the best of a pass, but reactions were 136, nothing real special. 60 foot was a 148, which is a really good 60 foot for the car. Not bad. I should get those down a little bit lower. I think 140s will be. This was Ashley. She was next to me. She was in 140. I should be in that range right there. The 330, I think that had to do with because I had to get out of the throttle because it turned left and then get back into the throttle and then go after it again. But so the time was crappy and all that type of stuff, but I don't know. I'm happy.
You knew you were the lucky charm. Yeah, attack of the game. Oh, damn! Oh, nice, nice, nice.
I told your girl too. Oh. No, we're just killing the opposite.
I know.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Adventure 101. Okay, so we pull up, or I drive up, get in the lane. I drew Anton, buddy,
Yeah.
and he was having problems starting, so he got it fired up. We go up to do our burnouts, and then he couldn't get fired back up again. So they come over and go, do you want to race? Or do you want to go? Or you want to wait? And I'm like, no, I want to wait. So then they, I even told the starter guy, I said, I'll get out and help push if he needs it. Let's hook up a tow strap to my car. I'll tell him, get him running, then we'll race. So they get it running. We go up, we take off, go down the track, and I'm all over the place. I am literally lift, shifting to grab each gear and then roll back into the throttle. And it would just come up and get skating and do it again. Get on the return road, I shut off. Anton comes around, goes past me, goes up ahead of me. And he's smoking. Okay, he's got some oil smoke, whatever, no big deal. Pulls over, and the next thing I see him get out and run, lift up, and you can see there's flames going on. I start running towards him, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, am I gonna use my jacket? Am I gonna grab hands of dirt? Am I gonna pee on his car? What are we gonna do? Because there's nobody else there yet.
Yeah.
Luckily, JC Jack, was coming the opposite way to pick up Ashton, and sure enough, he hops out and he had a fire extinguisher. Everybody should do that. We should put one on our little freaking quad on purpose. So then, by the time I get there, they already had it out. And of course, I'm dying for running, which I shouldn't have been doing. But get there, and I'm yelling at him, "Grab dirt! Grab dirt!" Oh God! Oh, so we get there, and luckily it's all out. Anton's fine. Unfortunately, he's got a little bit of a pretty car polishing to do now because it messed up the look and everything. I'm sure everything's fine, but
Okay.
the track is not the best right now.
Is it cold?
I don't know if it's the cold. I assume it's the cold. I don't know if it's the dew.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay.
All I know is I can't put any power down at all.
Nobody
We are
can.
going to go so soft on the clutch setup right now and everything.
Yeah.
I took out so much power at the line. I was playing with that thing, just pulling power, constantly across the board. So, all right, we got some cleaning, some prepping to do. We had 1.8 pounds of boost off the line.
Oh, good lord.
100% throttle.
Okay.
50. I launched at 5,900 RPMs.
Okay.
I lowered my launch too.
Okay.
It went to 5 pounds of boost, and then 11.5, and then 10.8, and then 11, and then climbed 17 all the way up to 20. But, and you can see I'm in and out. I think that's the clutch locking up because it bogged it down.
Okay.
It climbed up and then went right back down.
Yes.
And then now the motor
Right,
started
back-
climbing,
right.
which now it's spooling the turbo.
Right.
And it went up to 20. And then this is grabbing second gear. I actually lift shifted each gear
Yes.
because I was just like, I'm not going to bang it.
Right.
And then I went all the way down to 11% throttle.
And that's where.
I went up to 100%.
Yeah,
So that's
good
second
lord.
gear. And it came back at 15 pounds of boost. And then I went back to zero because I probably spun the tire immediately.
Right. Right.
And then went back to throttle soft.
And then.
Back to full throttle.
And full throttle. Oh yeah, you whipped it five times.
Yeah. Oh, I was. Each time I kept doing that. So where did TPS go? I lost it.
99.
You get to pull again. Our people, we don't know what we're doing. Wait. All right, now you get to go. My people versus your people. Oh, he's stirring it, dude. Good man. Since I skipped you last time.
Yeah.
Good man.
There's 3 in there.
What are the odds?
33. 33 and a third.
Come on, Mark.
Let's do that one.
That's the one?
That's the one.
Do you want to pick?
Have the agent.
Some will do the wear.
Is that it? Last person stands. He's probably got the green chip. All right.
Yeah. He deserves it.
He's got 1L. 1L. Lucky number 1L.
Yeah, dude. Lucky number 1L.
I'll take that.
Oh no. All right. It's green. That's right. Forget that. Green's lucky. That's right. 2L. 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 2R. Oh! Yeah! Comes the man. Where's Pat? We're gonna get busy, dude. Get your apron out, dude. Nice. Nice.
All right.
All right, guys.
That last pass, I got a by run, so I was just going to launch. I didn't need to go down the track, and we dropped 1 pound air pressure because the sun wasn't out. Now the sun just came out, but the sun wasn't out, and everybody's had problems with the track. So, sorry, I'm looking at the slick because it's making me think. But with the air pressure down, I also kept the anti-lag down, so it only builds about 1 to 2 pounds of boost out of the hole. It ramps in with RPM. Basically, that allows me to lower launch RPM and use clutch management to lock up about 8 to 10 feet out. I have it set roughly. With that lockup, I come out of the hole nice and soft. You don't break gearbox and all that type of stuff. But the idea there is that if the track is not there for you, you can apply the power later when you're already moving, which is usually easier than trying to shock the tire and go. But now the sun just came out, or the sun came out when I rolled up there, and sure enough, I shattered the tire. Like I didn't have the power to pull through it. So now I'm going to go back on my settings. I'm thinking about lengthening clutch management. The downside is I'm racing two naturally aspirated cars that are going to get out on me. So all I can do is crawl after them faster, basically. So I'm going to turn up my high side. I'm going to set up the clutch management to get me out of the hole nice and straight. I might give up a little bit of time so that I can go through the gears as fast as possible, basically. So I'm not chasing a first, second gear bobble. I'm just going to go straight and try to go buzzing by them and strip their paint off their car. It's the only thing I can do. All right, watch the pass. Did good.
Yeah, it did really good.
4.4. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'd still like to see some low fours.
Yeah.
She said she couldn't get it to go into gear. I same thing. Yeah. I couldn't get it to go into second. I thought, she's coming around me. She's coming around me. I had the finger on the button ready. So the moment I grabbed it, I'm like, looked up and she was way back. I'm like, okay, I was ready to grab that button. So everything good. I think all our settings are good. We're going to leave everything exactly there, not change nothing. That was everything in the right direction. It did really good. Came a whole hard, but it did go straight.
Track's good now.
Track's good. It'll take the power. I'm thinking about turning up second, third, and fourth gear power. I'm not going to turn up first gear because I'm afraid it's going to get out of control on it. I'll sacrifice a little bit out of the hole. The guy I'm going against is like a 630 car. I haven't ran that fast yet, so I don't.
You hope your red lights.
Yeah, all I can do is hope. You never want to help that on anybody or hope it on anybody. I'm going to set the car up, set it up to go, and then we'll send it. We'll just see what it does. Okay, so that was the final. I didn't win, but I can tell you that the car performed great this weekend. I'm really happy. There's definitely something wrong with the gearbox. It's clunking and making noise. So we're going to be putting her away for the rest of the season now, but get that gearbox out of there. But I have a little button that'll add about 7 PSI boost, and halfway through first gear, I was grabbing it. I mean, we took off, and I could see him there in my corner of my eye, so I grabbed it right away. Grabbed second gear, and I was with him a little bit in second gear, and then he was just out on me. I think that first 60 foot, in fact, I don't even know, what did he do for 60? He did a 1.34. Yeah, he's killing it. I did a 1.48.
Yeah, not the best.
Yeah, and obviously there's your win right there, right off the bat. And 6.58. He went 6.14. I mean, that's a record right there. He's going to be the first in the fives. If not, he's close to it. So, awesome. Congrats to him. I'm happy the car did everything. I'm happy my kids came because it seems like everything goes better when the kids are with me. At least I think so. All right, now we're going to clean up a little bit, and then let's go. I just want to get a plaque. I just want a plaque. The money's always cool. I want a plaque. I want to put it up inside the trailer. Thanks, everybody.